What's up, everyone? My name is Josh, also known as J Era, and I run a company called Wow All Things. And what I do is travel the country and do Comic Cons. Some smaller conventions, some larger. My family and I just got back from Portland, had to outrun a blizzard, go from the top of Oregon, Portland, wherever that is, and go all the way south to South California, literally all the way down to Anaheim. Went to Disneyland. But none of that was in the plans, right? We had to go outrun this storm. If you guys are familiar with the storm, maybe you're up there in Washington, Wyoming area. It was a storm of historic proportions, they were all saying, right? So I had my toddler, I had my wife, I had an artist that I helped manage. I had to get all the way down to San Francisco. He caught a flight, went back home, and we had to gun it because I had all my inventory in my trailer. This job brings a lot of different adventures, right? So I want to include you in a part of that. The vision behind my YouTube will kind of have to do with my company name as well. Wow All Things. Many of you already know I'm an artist, right? I release music available on Spotify, Apple Music, all that. I do Christian hip hop, worship, acoustics, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Music's always been in my life. The company does Funko Pops, we do retro video games, we do statues, we do comics, we do a little bit of everything. That's why it's called Wow All Things, huh? So with this YouTube, that will also be a goal of mine, to do all things, right? Discuss all things. I'm super into the comic book culture, just pop culture in general, right? Doing what I do, you kind of have to, but doing what I do came from the passion of these things. So it's really on my heart just to start a YouTube, talk about these things, bring my personality, my viewpoint into it all. Many of you may not like my viewpoint. I'm sure I'll get haters. I always do. My music isn't always liked by many. I get a lot of hate on Instagram. But, you know, I have a lot of people who love me too. Music gets streamed all over the world. Am I a major, phenomenal artist or anything? No. Some people listen to my music, and I'm super happy about that. That's all that matters to me. And if just a couple people watch this, praise God, I'm happy about that too. So the point of this video is just a little bit of an introduction to let you know what to look forward to if you hit that subscribe button, if you comment, if you like, right? I'm not going to ask all that on the first video, but if you want to do it, I won't be mad at you. This is the vision. Wow All Things. We will talk about everything. We'll do reaction videos. No stone will be unturned. If I feel led to talk about something, I'll talk about it. If there's something you want me to talk about, of course, I'll talk about it. I'm a very blunt human being, okay? Sometimes that's a double-edged sword. It's good, but it can also be bad. It can also hurt feelings. But I won't stay away from the truth. The truth is what matters about all things. Wow. Anyway, this is my setup. It's always been this way. Just ended up working out pretty cool for a background. This is all in the works. You know, obviously, as I grow, things will get upgraded a little bit. But I'm grateful I even have this kind of setup. Little bit about me. I love music. I've been doing it for years. I'm married, have a toddler, and we want more kids. I help at a local church being a youth pastor. I've been doing ministry for about 9 years now, so that's a big part of my life. And again, travel the country, do different conventions for the Funko Pops and everything else we sell. I do Whatnot as well. It's a live streaming app. I'll put my link in the description if you want to join. If you haven't already, you get $10 off your first purchase. I sell everything that I have, everything in my inventory. I sell on there as well. I'm a big nerd with a capital B and a capital N, big nerd. I love all things geek, okay? Love Star Wars, love anime, Batman, obviously one of my favorite, probably my favorite, the favorite, sorry, Bats, the favorite, you know, DC, big DC guy over Marvel, still love Marvel, don't hate me. I'm a big Snyder head. We will be talking about a lot of Snyder stuff here. I promise you I'm not a part of the toxic Snyder Club. They do exist, but in all fairness, there is toxicity in every fandom. You know, Star Wars, don't even get me started. We'll get there. We'll talk about this stuff. But yeah, Zack Snyder, love him. Personal favorite movie ever is the Snyder Cut, and then BVS. I have no shame. I do not care whether you agree, okay? I don't. If you want to let me know, though, in the comments why you don't agree, I'd love to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Feel free. Everyone has their right to their own opinion, okay? Something may tickle your fancy that does not quite tickle mine, and that's okay. That's okay. You just tickle away there, okay? Oh, one thing that may be brought up once in a while, I am an ex-crackhead. No, really, I'm an ex-crackhead, heroin addict. Pretty much anything I could put in a needle was going in my arm. I know I'm a little blunt with it. I'm not ashamed, you know. Been sober almost 10 years now. I'm married, got a home, got a business. Again, serve at my local church. I'm doing great. And that's all because of God. Jesus. All right? But yeah, literally any drug I could do, I was on it. Straight heroin addict, robbing, thieving, caught charges, in and out of jails, in and out of rehabs, mental institutions. I was diagnosed with bipolar, schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, everything on the list, right? You can't tell by looking at me now, though. Anyway, I am fixed. My life has done a complete 180. And there definitely will be videos where I kind of talk about that. I know there's a lot of people in recovery, people who are struggling with addiction. My heart goes out to you. If those are videos you'd like me to talk about, please let me know. Again, the name of this show will be Wow All Things. We're going to cover all things, just like the business aspect. Again, wow, all things. Nothing will be untouched. If we want to talk about it, let's talk about it, right? So let me know below. If you just tuned in for the first time, never listened to any of my music, thank you. Thank you so much. This is my very first video that I'm doing, this kind of podcast style, whatever you want to call it. So thank you. Thank you very much. It is very appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. With that, my first topic here, the first thing I want to talk about, okay? Netflix. Snyder. What's going on there? I know a lot of people have been talking about it. A lot of people I love to listen to. People like War Stew, 3C. He hasn't really spoken about it, but there's a lot of people I love on Twitter. You know, I don't know all the names. Listen, guys, it's my first one. I don't have all these notes. I got my laptop here for recording purposes. I don't got all the notes and everything. I'm not sophisticated yet, okay? Relax. Chill. I know there's a lot of people saying there's no way, right? There's no possible way that Netflix would spend the money. But when you really look at it, the numbers are not that much. They're not that much to just get a limited license, right? This isn't a permanent license. It's, hey, we just want to use it for 1, 2, or 3 films, right? Complete the arc of Zack Snyder. It doesn't amount to too much. I'm saying too much as if I'm a millionaire, but you know what I'm saying. Netflix does have the juice. I don't care what you say. They've got the money to do it. Now, we have another Twitter trending day, March 8th, I believe, March 6th or 8th. Let me know in the comments. I'm not sure. But if we all come together, hashtag it, make some noise, make a ruckus. I know the Flash trailer, the last time they did the Netflix by Snyder, it out-trended the Flash on Twitter. I mean, that's awesome. I guarantee you they have seen that. I guarantee you they're considering it. Maybe there's a CEO looking at it like, oh, we just can't do it. Maybe they're saying, oh, man, this is a possibility, but we'd have to take a lot of eggs out of these baskets and kind of put them all together for this one basket. Listen, it is possible. The same people who said Zack Snyder Justice League was non-existent, there was no cut, right? They had to eat their words. I would encourage the fandom, chill. Just chill. Don't say anything's impossible, man. Look, this will make the Snyder story so much more beautiful. Again, talk about the most beautiful underdog story. The Snyder cut, everything that happened behind the scenes and the fans coming together, that alone deserves its own movie. I know there's a book about it. Can't remember the dude's name. Let me know in the comments. But I tell you, man, the movie alone would just bring people to tears. It's been such a beautiful thing. What was thought to be completely impossible came to pass. So you can't tell me that the Zack Snyder Netflix thing is just off the table. I don't believe it. I don't care who it is. I don't care what juice you got, what connections you got. I just don't believe you. I don't. I'm going to be quite honest. I'm going to go with let's wait it out and see. Let's see what the fans can do again. I, for one, believe in the fandom. And I'm not just saying this for likes and clicks and everything. I mean, come on. Think about the story. Let's reflect for a second. Think back to when you first walked out of the Justice League by Joss Whedon. I personally remember exactly how I felt. Sick to my stomach. Couldn't believe that this was the same director. Couldn't believe this was the same story. Little did I know, I was ignorant at the time. I didn't know any of this stuff, any of the backstory. Come to find out a month or two later how deep it went. And I'm not going to go all into it. There's 150,000 videos about that. Go check them out. But it was crazy. And if you know, you know. That feeling, and then finding out, and then getting passionate about this movement, and just seeing every little detail, like, oh, now it's on billboards. Now Zach's retweeting. Now Zach's liking. That news outlet's talking about it. I mean, it was slow and steady, guys, but man, when it started taking off, it was exhilarating. It was beautiful. And many, many people were on the side of saying, give it up. Give it up. This is a pipe dream. It is impossible. You guys are ridiculous. Okay? So I see a divide. A lot of people who were all about the Snyder Cut. A lot of people who swore it existed when others didn't and stood firm. I see a divide happening where many of you are just giving up, saying, hey, we got it. Be grateful. This part is impossible. And I challenge you, why? Tell me why. As long as it's not done in a toxic manner, right? I don't agree. Most of the fandom that I have met, that I know online personally, they are not toxic, evil people. I'm not convinced that there are people making bots to just purposely be rude and disgusting to make the fandom look bad, okay? I'm not. This whole thing with the Snyder bots. But what if it's flipped? Anyway, squirrel. I see it happening, guys. I could totally see this happening because all of the doubt, all the seeds of discord and doubt that were placed within the fandom about the Snyder Cut never happening, and then it happened. I mean, again, I'm not going to go into full detail. It's a beautiful story. And I don't know. I just don't think it's done yet. I really don't. Zach, man, I love you. Everyone I know loves you. You are a phenomenal director. And I know you're busy with Rebel Moon. I know you're busy at Netflix. But I just appreciate you even liking posts now. Just showing the fandom that you still hear us. And that's what separates him from everybody. Everybody. Even Sniper Feige, man, he don't engage with the fandom like that. James Gunn, he's doing it. He's trying. I'm not quite sure if it's working. I'm kind of like still on the fence about that whole thing. Sometimes it's a little weird the way he interacts. Other times, like, I'm like, okay, cool. He's making some clarity, but then things don't always add up and there's some sketchiness. Again, we can talk about this in the future. This is just my first video, but I just want to say, don't give up hope. That is the whole message behind the Snyder Cut. Hope. And I believe with all my heart, the fans can make moves again, even if it takes 5 years, which is apparently how long Zach is tied up at Netflix with all the stuff he's working on. Okay? But the Snyder Cut didn't happen overnight either. I think more billboards are coming. I think more articles are coming. I think more advertisement on bus stations and everything else, and airplanes through the sky with flags flying around saying whatever. Saying Netflix, buy DC, whatever the trending tag is. I forget. Okay, guys? You get my point. It's possible. It's possible. And I truly think it's going to happen. Don't settle for animated either. There's a lot of y'all saying, well, Lisa, maybe we could get animated. Look, yeah, heck yeah, I'd love that. But look, none of y'all settled with if we get the Snyder Cut animated, that's fine. No. Zach had a vision, a beautiful one at that. One of the most poetic, not appreciated by all, but man, the Snyder fans, we know what that's about. Ben Affleck is the best Batman. In case you had any doubt, I got respect for Keaton, of course. But Ben Affleck, for me, just so you know where I stand right off the bat, Ben Affleck is the man. And to be quite honest, I'm not even convinced that an Elseworld can't happen under James Gunn's rule, okay? Him and Peter Safran, they've said Elseworlds will happen. There's no 5 years from now, it's not impossible that they do Elseworld stories and finish out the entire saga. It's not impossible. Guys, I just don't think saying, let's move on, let's forget about it. Yo, hold on to hope. What? What? Y'all didn't give up before. There was a lot more behind that one, right? With, the passing of his daughter and everything else. But this is still carrying on that legacy. This is still the same power, right? This is still the same story. The same storyline, the same timeline. This isn't a multiverse, okay? We're still in the same timeline, folks. So the same juice, the same power, the same passion that was back there can still propel this one forward. And the story, man, what a beautiful, beautiful story. So that's it, guys. Man, just don't give up. Zack Snyder fans, I believe it's possible. I just wanted to encourage you guys. There's a lot of people flip-flopping saying it's impossible. A lot of people I love. John Campia, watch him all the time. I could go on a list, and they're saying, hey, give it up, it's impossible. But they all said the same thing about the Snyder Cut. Okay? They said the same thing, and it happened. Many were totally convinced that the cut did not even exist. All right? So let's just have some hope. Can we have some hope? Can you have some hope? Hey, let me know what you think in the comments. Is this possible? Do you just want to give up? Do you just want to say, hey, I'm just moving on. I want to check out Snyderverse and, keep it moving. Hey, that's fine too. I'm just here to talk, hang out with y'all, have a good time. This has been a passion of mine to do YouTube for years, and I'm finally just kind of stepping out and trying it out, So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please let me know your thoughts below. If there's anything you want me to talk about, please let me know in the comments. I'll make videos daily if the demand is there. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing anyway, to try to get this snowball effect going here. But again, subscribe, like, comment, guys. I know I said I wouldn't ask you that before, but I tricked you. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share. Say, yo, there's this new guy. He's freaking weird, bro. He might be worth following. At least I hope so, But hey, I do appreciate every single one of you. You can find all my music on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. It's going to be J-Era, J-E-R-A. All my music's out there. Kind of slack so far this year. I have some stuff coming out, though. We're going to have a bunch of songs coming out by summer, even possibly a new album by the end of the year. So those of you who have supported my music, you're on my YouTube just for my music. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I appreciate you. I have a very small subscriber number at the moment, and that's all from my music. It's nothing else. It's all just from my music. So, hey, thank you so much for stopping here. I know it's not music, but I hope you can stick around. Hope you can tune in the future. Hey, be blessed. Have a great night. What's my catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase yet. It's my first video. Wow! All things. Wow! 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 All things. Wow! All things. We're gonna talk about all things, okay? It's gonna be huge. Probably better than anybody else that you have ever seen before. Maybe, probably, I'd say I've known a little more about all things than others. It's what people say, at least. I don't know. Outro. Hey, thank you. Nourish my